Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Season 2, Episode 17 of What More Can I Do? This is the Marvel Rivals series, where we climb the ranks of comp, probably just to lose it all anyway. For those of you returning, thank you very much for being here, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos. And for those of you who are new, if you enjoy the video, please feel free to go out and check any previous episodes. It is very much appreciated. To everybody here, thank you very much for being here, and I hope you enjoy the video. So as I said in the last video, we are back on Johnny Storm, and we will be on him for the next couple of episodes. There will be a couple of episodes here and there where I play different characters, but mostly it's going to be Johnny at the moment. So for this episode, I wanted to go through it with you guys and actually explain why I'm doing what I'm doing. Kind of explain Johnny a bit to you, and what I've been finding is the way with the character. What's good about him, what's bad about him, what I do correct, what I do incorrect, and how you can really get the most out of this character. So to start from here, Johnny is a zone denial character. As you can see, that's what we're doing straight away. As Groot's come through there, he's lost half of his health, and I've ended up killing him anyway. Then see a support ult in, so I use my ult to counter it, as Johnny is really good at countering support ults. I needed my team to shoot up with me, which they did, but we got the kill, and it stopped them from being able to stop us pushing the zone. We then pushed up for the gate, and I saw Wolverine grabbing hold of a tank, and we all know how easily he can decimate them, so I helped my tank. And then we pushed up on the enemy Groot as he had no heals, so we could get the pick off and delay his respawn further. Moving on to this next clip, Iron Man was obviously flying around. I'm the other flyer, I need to deal with him, but he backs off, so I take this free pick on Jeff, and then I start looking for him, and here he is returning. I decide to whiff about 75 shots, and then I decide, okay, let's actually kill him now. Don't know why I did that, but we then go for the kill on Squirrel, and we do miss this, but I believe a teammate takes the pick in a second. Yep, there you go, Squirrel Girl gets her. And then here, at this point, we were just holding because we knew that we had it. So we were trying to keep them in their spawn. Groot was walling off, Strange was holding, and I was knocking back. And as you can see, as we knock back Groot in, that's the end of the round. Now this is something I love to do with Johnny, and I'll explain why I do this later on. But I love to trap them in their spawns, hold them there, or get a free pick as they come out. Now I chose to do that at the wrong time because I did it to their tank, who obviously is going to live that damage. So that was a bit stupid of me. This also meant I didn't have my dive to get away from this Johnny. So it is a risk reward type thing. Because I've used my only movement tool here, I can't get away. Which luckily ends up playing out alright, but still, it could have gone either way. So here, I won't lie to you, we do get lucky. I'm looking for a pick with my meteors just to slam down, and I didn't get it, but somehow we end up getting a pick on Invis, so we take that. We then finish off Groot and get Cloak and Dagger at the same time. At this point, I know both their healers are down, so I push Johnny and I get the pick. Obviously, as you can see here, Squirrel Girl is just sat in spawn waiting. So that is what I do. I just join her and think sound. I'll wait for you to come out, set up a couple of orbs and wait for her to push out. But instead, as you can see, Hela tries to get me and ends up just getting destroyed. Now this is the risk reward I was on about. I've just used my only movement tool and I've died to Wanda because I didn't have that movement to get out of there. So it is entirely up to you whether you think that was worth it. For me, I think that was worth it. Hela could have took the heads off my healers very quickly, and Johnny is very fast, so I could get back to my team fairly quick. However, it was their spawn room, so it's not like it took hella long to get back. It comes down to whether you think it's worth it or not, whether you know your healers are going to be there ready for you, or whether you have to team up with Invis, which possibly could have saved me in this situation. But continuing through with the match here, you can see there's only 20 seconds left, so they really haven't got a lot of time to push up. We get the pick on Wanda, and then I decide to ult because I know I'm going to lose it anyway. You can see there how the dive is used to get out. You can see that the Human Torch is absolutely destroying me. So that get out of jail card, just tap X and I'm out of the way. And that is going to be game. So as you can see, we get MVP 25 and 3 on Human Torch, 11,000 damage. We get 30 points towards our rank, and we go into our next game. So at this point, you guys are going to see exactly why I love setting up these little zones on spawn. As you can see, I've got a massive area set up, and I'm pinging my meteors in to burn them as they're coming out of spawn. Take a closer look here. Before we've got in any real fight, we are 25% to our ultimate. So most people have 0% at this point, and we're already a quarter of the way. If you play Johnny correctly and use your zones properly, you can get your ultimates so fast. Now luckily by this spawn there is cover behind this building, so I was able to do this. There's not always cover by spawns, just like the last map. So make sure that if you are doing this, you're in a safe location when you set it up. But as you can see here, we're doing a perfect job of holding them off. They are pushing up slowly, but it is indeed very, very slowly. And as you can see, they've even got Moon Knights and characters at the back, which is perfect for me if I can set up the right dive. Now as you can see there, I used both my team up with Invis and my X dive, which gave me a massive bump of health. And then since the enemies are all grouped together, we are going to drop an ultimate here. Now they all ran out of the support ult, and I knew there was only a couple of seconds left on it anyway. So that has worked out perfectly. We got 2 picks there. We've dove in and got Luna, and then we're going to take a finish off on Penny. Heading back to the zone, we can see Moon Knight's on the edge, so we're going to push him. But as you can see here, Magic ends up getting the kill. Now moving on to this clip, and I wanted to show you guys this because it's actually wrong to do this. I set up my meteors to go for the kill, but as you can see, they were all soul bonded. So at that point, unless I had set up about 20 meteors, I think it's pretty much impossible to kill them. Since the damage is shared, it's just near impossible. But as you can see, we're going to set up another little zone so that they're coming out of spawn into the zone. And just keep getting our ultimate charged. And as you can see, because of this zone, we end up forcing Luna to ult. And that means that Luna has used her ult right outside of her spawn doors. Now, unfortunately, because of that dive, we end up dying. But I'm going to show you guys what I was trying to do there. You can actually kill Luna through her ultimate if you do this properly. So I won't lie to you, this isn't the best example because I do use my ultimate in this clip, which obviously is going to make a massive difference. But the way that you kill her out of her ult is still the same. All you need to do is stack 3 of these meteors in the spot where she is. And when you slam and explode all of them meteors at the same time, it will kill her outright. Now, obviously, she had taken a bit of damage previously there because of the fire tornado. But you can do this with or without your ultimate and kill her for a support ult. Moving on further into the match, my team pinged Squirrel Girl and Moon Knight, who were up top causing a lot of trouble. Me and Magic go and clear them out. Then we start looking around. We have Strange underneath us, so we start sending some damage at him until he disappears. I then see Squirrel Girl and dive down on her. Luna's there healing her. Now Luna hits an amazing freeze on me there, and I've got to say, big respect to my healer. Now we're not going to talk about these 7 shots where I missed. We're just going to talk about the one that I landed, so none of you saw that. Don't want to see anything in the comments. We landed the first meteor that we shot at her and took Luna out, so they're down to support. I then dive through Moon Knight's ult so that we're not damaged by it and I can get back to take him out. And then I see Venom swinging in, so I wait to see where he lands. I set up a little zone so that he can't push back, and we take him out very quickly. But as you can see here, we're setting up yet another zone, and as they're pushed in, they're now all taking this damage as Groot ulted them. Now I tried to get a good slam in there, but because Doctor Strange was blocking half the meteors, it didn't land properly. Nonetheless, we got majority of them off zone, and I did get my ultimate from that. Now I have no idea how I lived there. I did use my A, which gave me a little bit of overshield, but I don't know how it was that strong. But as you can see in a second, we're just going to pop our ultimate. As soon as I see that I have an invis ult, I usually always pop my ultimate whenever there's a support ult down and I know I can live. Because that's the one thing with Johnny. If the enemy team can hit you with ranged characters and you are ulting, it is very easy to kill you. So I try and always play my ult in a support ult or where I know that I'm going to live. As you can see there, we've had to do another dive to play our survivability. Again, great heals from our team, so thank you very much to the healers. We're going to pop our Invis team up to get that little bit of overshield going since we're down a bit of HP. We're going to push Venom since he's a bullet. We're going to take him out. Push Scarlet. Magic gets the pick on her. And then we're going to push up the team since we know we just took down 2 people. Set up a little fire zone. We're going to keep throwing meteors down, but as you can see, Doctor Strange is blocking most of the damage, and Mr. Fantastic is absorbing the rest. But eventually, with our team coming back into the field now, we're going to get the last 2 picks, and we're going to take that round.
0 to
So now we're coming out of spawn and moving on to attack. So straight away, we're going to start sending meteors, setting up zones, pushing the enemy team back. We see that Thing's in the back line, and we have Star-Lord pushing us. I try and focus on getting Tank down, because obviously as soon as we picked him off, taking everybody down is much easier. Unfortunately, I chose to be way too aggressive here and end up getting pretty much one shot, returning to the zone after dying. As soon as we get there, instead of going for damage, we set up a zone, which starts ticking the enemies, keeping them off it. We then start pinging meteors down, getting ready for a pick. And right now, we are going to take it on the healer and get a pick. And then we're going to push Squirrel Girl since she's low, get the pick on her. Same with Adam. And then in the background here, we have the Thing dropping in. He was very low HP. I think Rocket called out to me here that Adam was up top, so I pushed Adam and got the pick on him again. And that's him down since he already used his respawn. But that was actually wrong to do. I shouldn't have used my dive that early on Star-Lord, because as you can see, I could have got him at this point here. But unfortunately, because I'd already used it, I didn't get that pick. But as you can see, we're going to move up. Groot's ulted, but so have their Cloak and Dagger. Invis is ulted, and that means it's my turn. Now I start sending a couple down at their tanks, and then I realise that I need to be targeting their healers. So I ping some tornadoes in the back, and I get Squirrel Girl. I also get Magneto. Now at this point, I hear the most scary thing I've heard in my life. Now I do want to point out, I obviously knew at this point there was no escape in this. So we go for pure damage, and as you can see, we don't quite get the kill. But Groot ends up getting the pick anyway. As you can see, Groot then continues, he kills the Thing, and they end up then pushing the zone and getting the dub. So as episode 17 comes to an end, we're now 25 and 25. We finally balanced out our win-loss and we are equal. As you can see, we've ended the game with another Johnny MVP, going 29 and 6 with almost 28,000 damage. To everybody here, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course share it with anybody who might enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think of this style of video, whether you enjoy it more than usual, whether you want the usual or a mix of both. And as always, thank you very much for the support.